very likely 6:10 where my next guest is. Of course, the doc from Utrog likes to have a chat to us about fruits and vegetables and how to fertilise them and how to look after them and what's happening in the soil and, of course, what's happening with Giganic. Now, we were talking about Giganic last week with one of our callers. Good morning, Yui.
Good morning, Graham. Yes, I guess I recently read an article about some researchers in Israel who've just managed to grow 2,000-year-old date palms from seeds. So,
wow.
They got both male and female plants up, so there's a good chance of bringing that back. And I was amazed at the age of the seeds and their ability to survive so long. And I don't know if you read similarly in Kew, they're looking at preserving some of those seeds from endangered plants after our bushfires.
Yes. Yes.
So that really got me thinking about the importance of what the Rare Fruit Society does in conjunction with Nutrog. And at Nutrog, we built and maintain an arboretum which contains close to 400 unusual and perhaps not so fashionable fruit trees. And there's anything from rare plums to cherries and even figs and almonds. And it's really one of the things that, in my opinion, makes Nutrog special. So to be able to care and provide a housing for these types of plants.
Well, the support that Nutrog have given the Rare Fruit Society is well known. I assume there is some value in maintaining these plants?
Oh, yes. From a scientific point of view, there certainly is the genetics of these plants. Genetics.
Yep.
I'm stumbling here. Genetics of these plants to consider. Throughout the Arboretum, many of those plants were likely brought over by early settlers and immigrants, and they represent a bit of a Noah's Ark of these fruit trees. And I would have assumed that many of your listeners have exotic and rare plants in their garden, maybe because they live in the house their grandparents had. So home gardeners are in many ways custodian of this type of genetic diversity, and things that are not commercially valuable, they tend to get lost over time. So these plants may contain genes which allow growth in harsh environments, or indeed something like inherited disease resistance, which is critical as more and more of these chemicals fail to provide protection.
Well, 100% the future. That's what we're going to need to look at, especially with fruits and with veggies, but certainly our exotic fruits. The future is going back into history to find out where they've come from. It's really interesting. So these rare fruit and exotic fruits, how do you fertilise them? Have you got to sort of use ancient cow manure or something?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, because we have this arboretum at Nutrog, we really can use it as our own outdoor laboratory to test our products. And what we found is they all love a good mulching with hoof-lung dung, and they really respond really well to Giganic, which is perhaps not surprising because we developed Giganic in conjunction with the Rare Fruit Society. So all your fruit trees, whether it's citrus and, of course, vegetables, respond well to Giganic. So they don't need to be ancient or rare varieties. And since you guys don't have a shortage of rain at the moment, it's an ideal time to get out there and put it around your plants. The warmth, the rain, the microbes, they'll release those nutrients and they'll replenish those resources that have been taken out of the soil by the summer harvest.
Yes, we've been talking about that today, about warm soil, rain. It's a great combination. All you need to do is add nutrition. There you have it, the research that's being done at Nutrog in their Rare Fruit Arboretum. Now, it's underpinning really pretty much what we already knew, that you get great results by using the hoof-lung dung as a mulch and then Giganic for your fruits and veggies, the Giganic fertiliser. There's no T in it, it's Giganic. Both of these Nutrog products are available at Bunnings, other hardware outlets, and of course your local good garden centre. It's a Giganic. Couple of tips there. Thank you very much, Yui.
No worries, Graham. Have a fantastic week.
You too, pal. All the best to you, mate. Yeah, Giganic for your veggies and for your fruit trees. And now's the time to put it on.